Today, friends, we are going to talk about performance evaluation. For any business and every business, it is of paramount importance to know as to how the business is doing, because only based on how the business is doing its future is going to be determined. Three key metrics or three parameters which are used globally for the purpose of determining how is the performance of a business. The first one is EBITDA. EBITDA is earning before interest, tax, depreciation and amortization. All over the world, for long time, EBITDA was considered to be a very important key parameters for evaluating as to how that business has done. Not anymore. And why not anymore? That is because EBITDA is a good parameter, no doubt about it. EBITDA is also very important for any business, no doubt about it. But EBITDA does not take into account the depreciation and amortization. It does not take into account the interest cost, and it does not take into account the tax that the company pays. And that is the reason why, even though EBITDA is a good parameter, but it is not a comprehensive one for the purpose of evaluating performance of a business. Then what can be the next best parameter for the purpose of evaluating performance of a business? And the next best parameter for evaluation of performance of a business will be return on capital employed. And what is return on capital employed? Return on capital employed is something that tells you what kind of return the business is giving to the shareholders or to the lenders of the company. So basically, return on capital employed tells as to what kind of return the business is giving to the people who are giving capital to the company. Return on capital employed is certainly a better parameter than the EBITDA, but remember, return on capital employed is also not a comprehensive one. Then what can be the next best thing for evaluating performance of a business? And the next best thing for evaluating performance of a business is EVA, economic value added. And why EVA is the best and the most comprehensive parameter for evaluating performance of a business? And that is because EBITDA, that is because EVA takes into account both the things. It takes into account the cost of capital employed, and it also takes into account the return on capital employed. And friends, that is the reason globally EVA is used more extensively world over to evaluate as to how is the performance of a business. So today we have discussed about three of the key parameters ever used in the corporate world for the purpose of evaluating performance of a business. Going forward, we will also be talking about more each of these parameters as to what EBITDA is and how do you figure out EBITDA, and what is the relationship of EBITDA with the valuation of a business, what is the relationship of EBITDA with the borrowing capacity of a business. Likewise, we will also understand as to what is return on capital employed and why return on capital employed is important for the businesses. And finally, of course, we'll also understand more about EVA, what is economic value added, and how to arrive at the figure of economic value added. Till then, thank you so much and see you again soon. Thank you.